How's it going, everybody? Rybrat here today, and we are back with our Vancouver Canucks franchise mode. And first off, I want to apologize to you guys. I'm really trying with these names. I do struggle with some of the names sometimes, but I have been using Elite Prospects. They have this feature where you can hear the name pronounced, and I've been using that almost every day trying to figure out what these players' names are for you guys. So I am trying to get better. I apologize about that, but let's go ahead and get into the video here. First of all, I want to set a like goal because you guys kind of slipping on there, so let's go for 25 likes on this video. Let's see if we can pick it back up, boys. Let's go. And also make sure to light the lamp and hit that subscribe button because we're over 1K now, but the sky's the limit. Let's see how high we can get, boys. So let's go ahead here and go right into contracts because there are a couple contracts that I do want to offer up to some of our players. And one of the guys that I saw a few of you touched on was Thatcher Demko, and I agree. I want to sign him long term. I don't want him, bridge deal and getting much better than wanting Carey Price kind of money. That'd be very unfortunate. So we're going to go with the $5.5 million deal. That is the target here, guys. But there's also, I think I want to sign Granlund as well. There's a few other players I want to sign, but I don't have to sign everybody during the season. But 5 years, $5.5 million for Thatcher Demko. I think that's a great deal. He'll be 28 by the time he needs a new contract, maybe turning 29. So he'll probably be in his prime then. Anders Nielsen, not really looking to keep him around. I think I might try and flip him closer to the deadline. He is just playing there in the AHL, so he's really, it wouldn't be upsetting if I traded him away. Granlund here, I think I do want to get him a contract. 1 year at $5 million. I think I want to keep giving him less contracts, although he is playing well. I don't really want to lock him up for a long-term contract because he does want a lot of money already. So let's go ahead and offer him that $5 million. Thomas Vanek, we're going to let walk. Besser, I did want to offer him, I think, 3 years. I'm going to see if I can get him at 2.75 for 3 years. That is the ideal timeline for Besser. We'll see if we can get him until he's 24. And then Hutton here as well, pretty good player. I'm going to see if I can get him at 4.5 for the next 3 years. No guarantees that these guys do want to re-sign either. They could just not. They could laugh in my face about the contract I offered them. Lekanen here, let's see if we can get him on a 2.751. Actually, let's see if I can get him on 2.5 for 1 year. He's still got to prove. Actually, you know what? He's still got to prove it for the rest of the season before I offer him a contract. So I'm not going to offer him a contract this year, guys. Maybe in the offseason, but not during the regular season. I'm only going to sign some of the bigger name players during the regular season. I'm going to try and negotiate with them. But let's go ahead here, advance a few days from this screen. As you can see, Vander Kane is still our point getter, leading point getter. And then we are 7th in the division. We got picked up a point against Ottawa, though, so that's an important point. Still 4 points out of the playoffs, though, and we could certainly jump a team if we got hot. And plus, we haven't played a ton of games already, so I think this month is going to be a lot of games played for us. So hopefully we can get some wins and get the points that we need to go ahead and make the playoffs, because that is my goal. And I saw you guys, some of you said to do the VC deal, and I don't know. I don't really think he's going to grow. Plus, we don't have a lot of space on the lines here. I'll go ahead and show you guys the lines if you guys forgot. And we got Vanek, Horvat, Kane. I know Vanek's leaving, but then Barchi should be able to go up there. Granlund, Goldobin, Besser, Gagne. I mean, we still have Louis Eriksson. We're forced to keep him. Boucher, Virtanen, and Lekanen. So our wingers, I don't really want to knock Boucher off the starting roster here for VC because I like Boucher, and, VC, I still have to sign him. It's only for his rights, and we couldn't even get him for the season at this point. Because he's an RFA and he's not going to be able to sign with the team until next season. So let's go ahead and advance today, see if we got some responses. Besser rejected. Hutton accepted. Granlund accepted. Awesome. Thatcher Demko accepted, boys. So that is a big one. 5 years at $5.5 million for Thatcher Demko. So really nice to see that. I think Besser did not like his contract at all, but that's okay. We can get him back at the end of the season after we see how he does. And we got a shootout. We lost in a shootout to Boston. But let's go ahead here, hop in the calendar view, and we'll get up to the trade deadline. And then I think the only trade I'm going to make is really getting rid of Anders Nielsen because he's a serviceable backup for some teams that might need him. So I will go ahead and find a trade for him. And look at that, guys. Look at us lose. Dropping under 500. I'm going to call that under 500 because of 3 overtime losses. I know we're 18-18. And Brock Besser is injured with an MCL sprain. So we probably should have signed that contract because he's probably not going to get a lot of money based on his performance this year. So let's go ahead and call up. Actually, you know what? I'm going to call up Gaunce just because I do want him playing in the majors a little bit. Let's go ahead, edit lines, best lines. I did, if you guys don't remember, in the last video, I did turn down injuries quite a bit. So let's go ahead, best lines down here. Elias Pettersson here is now playing left wing. He's a 70 overall. I'm really excited to see the fact that he's growing versus, they had him scratched, so I started playing him. He's already up to a 70, and he's only 20, I think it is. So definitely want to see him grow quite a bit for us. Let's go here. There we go. Let's get back on the winning. Let's get back our winning ways. We beat Calgary. We beat San Jose. We got a point out of the Flames. We beat the Stars. Okay, we lose 2-1 to the Capitals, but we bounce right back with a 3-1 win against the Coyotes. So that is huge. Josh Manson has a mild concussion here, guys. So it looks like we got to call up Subban again, although Subban seems to be playing and progressing really quite well. A 77. I think he's only projected as a medium top or medium 7th D-man. So I'd love to see somebody outgrow what they're supposed to. Josh Manson is available to play in the team's next game. That's fine. We'll go ahead and send Subban back down, and then we'll play Manson because we did sign him in the offseason. He's got only, wow, I don't know what the point of the remaining is. I guess if you're doing the owner mode and you want to know how much you have to pay players, I don't know if that's important to you. We'll send him down. We'll go to edit line so that we can make sure that he's playing down there in the AHL. I do also want to check at the end of this month. I'm going to check stats, and I also am going to check player progression because I want to see some of our players because it looks like players are growing quite well. And just as I say, the team's playing well. We lose 4 straight games. That's fantastic. No, it's not. Just kidding. 22, 23, and 4. So this team, I would call us in the hunt, really, because we're still in the hunt. I mean, the Los Angeles Kings in Vegas are just above us with 2 and 4 points ahead of us. So we need to start playing better and get points when we need them. I mean, we're one game, I guess you could say we're one game under 500, but we're not even a 500 team, and we're still in the playoff hunt, so I will take that. I don't want to start moving on from pieces just to make the playoffs this year, because I think next year is definitely the year that we're going to have a very solid team, and then we can really make a strong playoff push next year, and Elias Pettersson and Olli Juolevi might actually be able to come up to the roster next year, but about through 50 games here, Evander Kane is our point getter, or our leading point getter with 41. Then Bo Horvat at 38. Barchi here with 35. Granlund with 29. Vanek with 27. So not bad, not great for Vanek, but he's 35 already. So I guess I can't expect too much out of a 35-year-old anymore. Plus he's going to be off the team next year. Anyway, Louis Eriksson is then up there with 22. So even though he's not true great, he still puts up a decent amount of points per season for us. Let's see, how many did he put up last season on the very bad team? He put up 57. I mean, about 60 points. That's not bad. I don't think he's on pace for that this season. He's certainly not on pace for that this season. So, but he is down on the third line. So 22 points on that third line is pretty good. Then you got Nikolai Goldobin here as well, doing just fine. Sam Gagne, all right, and then Hutton here playing pretty good. Besser with 14 points in 40 games, but he's hurt now, so that kind of sucks. Vertanen's got 13 and 45, so it's nice to see that me calling him up is actually helping him a little bit, and hopefully we'll see some decent growth from him throughout the season here. And then as far as goaltending, so it looks like Demko did step up his game. He's now under 3 goal against average and above a 90 save percentage, but I'd like that to be better. Jakob Markstrom here, 913 and 274, so goaltending is still a little bit of a hole on this team, but I'm not too upset about it. But let's go ahead and actually want to check out the playoff race before I go ahead and check out the progress reports. Let's see. Vancouver here. We do not have the tie. We have the tiebreaker with Vegas, but not the LA Kings. But that's okay. There's still plenty of season left. We don't really need to be looking at tiebreakers. And as far as goals for per game, I just want to check in the division. We are tied for last place in the division. In goals against, we are second last in the division. So somehow this team is getting points, but they just aren't playing well. So something about this team not clicking right, but that's okay. I don't think I'm going to make too many moves here, guys. But let's go ahead and check out the player progression here now that we're a little bit over halfway through the season. Progress reports, there we go. And in the NHL, it does look like some players are growing. Besser actually seems to be growing quite well. Statistical growth is actually happening, guys. So he's doing really well because of the fact that he's putting in points. I mean, his puck skills, probably because he's actually doing well as far, I guess his points per game, he's really happy about it. And yeah, that's awesome. So Arturi Lehkonen, his statistical growth, he's not happy about his deking. Wow, he's actually regressing because of his stats. He's not having a good season, so interesting. Vertanen here, natural growth, that's fine. It's interesting to see that players will actually grow now because of their stats. Like, look at Bo Horvat, he's growing because of his passing and puck control because of the way he's putting points on the board. Wrist shot accuracy at 88, wrist shot power at 88 as well. Both of those going up by a point, so he should be able to put in some goals for us just fine. Thatcher Demko growing as well. No statistical declining, so that's fine. Same Granlund as well, doing well. So I'm not going to go into every player because that might take a while. But let's go ahead and check out in the system. Jonathan Dahlin here, 75 overall now. Well, he's a 74, but his morale's got him up at 75. Elias Pettersson doing well. Mika Kerman, I think we might have just drafted this guy. I don't remember where he came from, but we might have just drafted this guy. Olio Levy now up to 74. So him and Dahlin might actually come up to the NHL in a year or two. So that could be kind of interesting. But there we go, guys. That is the growth of the important players on the roster. So let's go ahead. I'll kind of start shutting up for you guys. We'll go ahead and get the simulation underway, and then I'll go ahead and I might just try and acquire a draft pick or maybe a prospect for Anders Nielsen, because I don't think he's going to be a hot commodity, but I do think there are teams that are going to want it. Holy crap, we got smoked by John Tavares, Taylor Hall, and the New Jersey Devil. That is a sick pairing, guys. Brock Besser is back finally, so we can send down Brandon Gaunce. Although he is playing well, but that might be because of his. I don't think he's growing. I think that's just because of his. Just because he's happy to be up in the NHL. So I'm fine with that. I'm not going to be too upset if he, if he's going to get sent down and go back down to a 76. I'm not going to worry myself too much about that. But let's go ahead here, hit best line, see if Besser can pick up the team a little bit. I don't think it's Besser necessarily. Wow, they have him now on the second line over Nikolai Goldobin. I'm kind of okay with that. I'd rather see Besser get the more playing time over Nikolai Goldobin. Now they have Barchi over Evander Kane. Wow. So Evander Kane I think he still is our leading point getter. Yeah, he's got 22. Yeah, I think he's still the number one guy. So I'm going to move Vanek down to that second line, see if he can play with Besser and Granlund and, just play quite well, because now we have Kane, Horvat, and Barchi up here. Eriksson, Gagne, Goldobin, then Virtanen, Boucher, Lehkonen. I mean, that's looking like a pretty good team. I don't know if we'll make the playoffs. I'm hoping we do. Hutton, I'm going to move him up for more because he's been playing quite well for us on the defensive end. And then in net, Thatcher Demko still an 80 and Markstrom still an 82, so nothing too drastic of a change there. Let's go ahead. Best lines it down here in the AHL, and let's see if we can get back to our winning ways. There we go. We put in, 5 goals against the LA Kings. Jonathan Quick, maybe he wasn't playing, but then we don't score a single goal against Marc-Andre Fleury in the Vegas Golden Knights. So that one kind of hurts after I was about to say that our offense is playing well again, but not anymore. We get a point out of the Arizona Coyotes, and we get 2 points out of the Calgary Flames. There we go. A solid win. D'Angelo for Nielsen and a second. Ooh, I actually like this trade because our defense does need help. Let's see. What about D'Angelo? He's 23 medium top 4. I'm going to do this trade, boys. This is an easy one to accept. I mean, he's going to be an offensive firepower, and, defensively, I could pair him up with one of our better defensive players. I get Nielsen. It's basically a straight salary swap, and I just give up my second for D'Angelo. Let me see if I can get a 4th round pick or something in there. Because you can, or like a 5th round pick, because you can actually find gems in the 5th round. That's not going to go through. Oh, it did! Awesome, I got the 5th out of there as well, so a little bit of a renegotiation there, and I got that one done. I got an extra 5th out of that, so now D'Angelo in the NHL. That means as far as players that won't be playing, Stetcher might not be playing. It might be time for me to trade away Del Zotto to a contender, somebody that wants a defenseman. Yeah, let's go ahead here. I'll edit the lines. I might have to go best lines there because we just got D'Angelo D'Angelo in a 5th for a 2nd and Nielsen. I will take that trade any day of the week. Defensively, yeah, he's not playing down here. Oli Olevi, I'd rather have him playing over Padan. Yeah, I was right. Jordan Subban is a 7th D-man, but he's actually progressing quite well. So I will take that. Olevi, 74 at 20 years of age. That's going to be a special player right there, guys. Defensively, Stetcher, yep, okay, so maybe he partners with Manson or Moore. We got 2 defensive defensemen here that have pretty good defensive stats, not necessarily good offensive stats, or he could even pair with good Branson. We got a lot of defensive defensemen. I think that trade for the, D'Angelo here, 82 overall already. I'll hit best lines up here and see who they decide to scratch. I mean, he's got 22 points, but he's a minus 19. I should probably find a decent defensive partner for him. Demanding, there we go. Firm approach, morale improved. He's already an 82, guys. All right, so the guy I think I want to get rid of is not Stetcher, because Stetcher, pretty good player, still got potential to grow. Michael Del Zotto, he's on an expiring deal. I can even retain some salary. So let me go ahead and I'll go find a trade for that before the trade deadline hits, guys, and I will see you. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to cut this out until I find a team or two that might be interested in Del Zotto, just so you guys can see it. Let's go ahead here because Del Zotto, I mean, he'll be a decent sixth defenseman if there's a team that has weak defensive depth. So let me go ahead. Wow, these two guys have such high trade value. That's great to see. And Bo Horvat's trade value did spike as well. There's our first round pick, Thomas, I think it was. Yeah, our first round pick, 6th overall. Akil Thomas, 57-19. Okay, so let's go ahead. Defenseman now. Where is he? Del Zotto. Okay, that's not bad. The Anaheim Ducks do want him, and they have the cap space to take him. Winnipeg, not bad. Okay, Toronto. You know, we could get him over to the... let's go with the... Yeah, let's go ahead and go with something that... oh, geez, they want to give up Foot. Jeez, as Cal Foot has a great potential. Yeah. When was he drafted? 14th overall in the first round in 27. Yeah, that's a great pick. So let's see. Who do they want to trade away? They want to trade away Radish as well. That's probably, yeah, that's not even close as far as, yeah, no, trade value is way off there. So let me go ahead and see if I can get a draft pick out of them here. A 3rd round pick for Del Zotto maybe. That looks like it might just go through, boys. And there we go. So we trade away Del Zotto, but that's because we have D'Angelo. So we get a 3rd round pick. So our 2nd round pick isn't necessarily gone now. We do have another 3rd round pick. So we'll go ahead and I think we're all set to move players up and down. We'll just hit best lines and we'll see where they put D'Angelo. Because D'Angelo's a pretty good young defenseman. I'm surprised that I got that offer from, D'Angelo and Goodbranson now. I mean, Moore and Hutton. Hutton's got a decent, I'm going to put D'Angelo on that first line. Because he's got with Goodbranson, our best defensive defenseman. And then I'm going to play Moore and Hutton and then Manson and Stetcher. And all of a sudden, guys, this defensive core looks a little bit better. And don't forget, we still have guys like Yoel Levy and maybe even Subban to come up and help with the roster. So there we go, guys. And we got that 3rd as well. So it's looking pretty good as far as the rebuild is concerned, guys. We still have a shot to make the playoffs. It's no longer both wildcard positions are in the Central Division, which would make sense because the Central Division is very good. But let's go ahead here and simulate up past the trade deadline because I've made all the trades I'm going to want to make. So let's go ahead here, get to the last month of the season and see how this team starts to do. Okay, a 3-2 loss. New players is going to take some time. How about Winnipeg? Can we beat Winnipeg? Because we're probably in a wildcard race with them. We lose in a shootout, so we still got a point. Smith for our 3rd. Who is Smith? Wow, Jesus. No, thank you. I'm not going to take that. He's probably just furious, but no, thank you. I'm not taking that trade. Why do all of a sudden the New York Rangers want to trade away all of their defensemen? They just tried to give me 2 defensemen. All right, there we go. And then against Colorado, we finally take off. Against Nashville, how are we going to do against Nashville? We lose 5-1. So this team, guys, I don't think we're going to be able to make the playoffs this season. A 7-1 win over the Vegas Golden Knights. And there we go. We get a point against the Colorado Avalanche. But how much of a final month is it going to have to be? How big of a push is it going to have to be? And it seems like a pretty damn good push because we're in 7th place in the division right now. But with 1 win, we could easily jump up to 4th. Vander Kane still leads the team in points there, guys. I wonder if they moved him down to the 2nd line. Oh, shoot. I was supposed to check the wild card. But I wonder if he's playing on the 2nd line now, and we're a big old fat minus. So, yeah, defenseman and goaltending could definitely be improved. But, yeah, there we go. We've got 63 points. There we are. And then 65 right there. Let's go check out the Central. They have the wild card. So, 68 is the playoffs. So, we have a chance, guys. With about 18 games remaining in the season, we still have a chance to pick up those 5 points, but it is going to have to be quite the performance. Let's go ahead and see. Is Vander Kane playing on that top line? Because I really like to see Kane. Yeah, Kane is on that top line, but I'll put Berchi as well up there. Berchi, Horvat, Kane, Besser, Granlund, Vanek, Eriksson, Gagne, Goldobin, and then Boucher, Virtanen, and Lehkonen. So that's fine there, guys. Ooh, wow. Why is Boucher so pissed? Is lost morale because of ice time. Yeah, he has not liked his ice time all season. He's a 3rd line scoring forward, I guess. So, I mean, Louis Eriksson, no, I'm going to leave it like that. If Boucher doesn't want to play on the 4th line, that's fine. Because I don't think he's going to play anywhere else. I don't really see it helping this team. If I do end up moving him up, that kind of, I'd like to make a playoff push here, guys. We still got plenty of games in this month to go. So let's go ahead here and see how we do in this final month. We're going to need to get hot. There's a win. I'll take any kind of points. We just need to go on point streaks. And there's a 6-3 loss. But then we pick it right back up with a win. That's very nice to see. Can we make it 2 in a row? We'll have to see after I finish my scouting assignment. Let's see here. Forwards in the United States for about 1 month, and then we'll scout defensemen in the U.S. for 3 weeks. 7-0 win. That's a huge win. A 2-1 win. There we go. There's 4 straight, but then we just dropped one against the Ducks. Can we bounce back? There's a bounce back win with a John Tavares-less New York Islanders. That's a weird thing to say. The Islanders without John Tavares. Evander Kane. I'm glad you are taking obvious talents into account with the excess ice time I'm getting. Wow. Jesus, does Evander Kane have a big ego in this game. All right. Oh, a 3-2 loss. Okay, can we pick up? Oh, man. We cannot get this losing streak. Snap. Oh, God. Come on, boys. There we go. We got the win. Can we beat the... Oh, wait. I think this is where I have it stopped. 35, 34, and 8, guys. We could make the playoffs. All right, let's see here. Okay, so the Kings are in the wild card spot with 5 games left. We're 4 points behind the Kings for the wild card spot. Bo Horvat now is the leading player on the team with points, and we are right behind the Los Angeles Kings. They have 82. How about in the Central? 84. So we are chasing. Pretty much, we're chasing the Kings at this point, guys. So you know what? I might go day by day here. We got a game against the Kings. This is a huge swing. This game could be huge, boys. I just realized that we're playing the Kings. We could prevent them from getting points and pick up 2 full points against them. Can we take both points in this game? And, we take a 2-1 loss. It was close, boys, but now we're 8 points behind them. It doesn't look like it's going to happen here, but let's go ahead, get closer to the end of the season. So I can go ahead and go day by day. Let's go ahead and simulate up to this Stars game. We need basically to win out. There's a win. I will take it. All right, let's go ahead and see Evander Kane. Management seems to be doing well, pushing all the right buttons lately. Good. I'm glad you agree, Evander Kane. Hold a team meeting. We'll go with... We are one of the... Oh, man, we got eliminated from the playoffs. That's okay. Man, it was going to be such an exciting run to the end if we could just have, not lost to the Kings there. If we could have beaten the Kings, we might have still had a shot, but then we beat the Panthers here after losing to the Stars. That's fine. We'll scout the defensemen in the U.S. for 3 weeks, but yeah, that was a pretty good season, guys. I will accept 37, 37, and 8. It definitely an improvement from last season. We finished on the cusp of the playoffs here, boys. 6 points out of one of the wild card spots. I don't know about the other wild card spot, but let's go ahead and check that out. Yep. So here we are, 82 and 82. I mean, point per game. That's better than what we had last year. And then, 92. So we were only 6 points out of the playoffs, so that's not a terrible... it's improvement. And besides, we made a lot of good acquisitions and trades, and I just think we're going to be a good team this year. And as far as stats on the team, Bo Horvat with 74 and 82. I mean, all of a sudden, that 5.75 in 5 years looks a lot more worth it. I mean, if he's going to continue to put up 70-plus points each season, that is great. Evander Kane got 69 points. He did finish with 30 goals, but also Horvat scored 30 goals as well. He finished with 33 and 36 for 69. Then Barchi here, 59 points in 82 games, so he's probably going to be one of the top wingers once Vanek leaves. It was just not a... Wow. He was a plus player again, boys. He was the only player who finished a plus on the roster. That is absolutely incredible, and man, does he deserve another contract, because he's definitely a very solid winger, definitely simulates well, so I'm going to try and give him a contract if I can. Vanek, his final season with the Canucks here, I'm going to pretty much call it minus 22, but he did put in 52 points in 74 games, so 8 more games. You could estimate that he would have probably been around Berchi. Probably not exactly there, but let's go ahead. Keep going. Granlund here. Let's go with just forwards here. Granlund, 49 points in 82 games. So his contract, that's why I want to keep him on 1 year. He's on a tight leash. I want him to perform and really prove to me that he deserves a long-term contract. Besser here, very good season for Besser. 33 points, 70 games, 15 goals, 18 assists. So, he was jumping around. He really got up to the second line, though, by the end of the season. So, good for him. Louis Eriksson down there in that third line had 28 points, only 5 goals, but 23 assists. Nikolai Goldobin, a pretty underwhelming season, which is, not what I wanted to see after giving him a $3.5 million contract, but it's only $3.5 million, boys. We still have time. Sam Gagner, not bad. Third line center, 24 points. Boucher with 21. Arturi Lehkonen with 21. Virtanen here, 18 and 78. So maybe if he played those 4 more games, he would have also had 20 points, but He did have 10 goals. Gauns had 3 goals in 16 games, so good for him. Burmistrov didn't register a point while he was up here. Now, defensively, Hutton got 36 points in 82 games. D'Angelo played 84 games this season with 32 points. Stetcher actually playing on that bottom 6, 16 points, third on the team, 79 games, more. He's a defensive defenseman, though, so I'm not going to expect too much out of him. Manson here with 7, Goodbranson with 4, and then Subban didn't register a point in his short stint up here, but I'm not too upset. But, man, the minuses, boys, this team just is not playing well. Maybe it's the goaltending. Yeah, I don't think the goaltending's where it needs to be here, guys. I hope Demko grows in the offseason, but, yeah, 916, 268, 909, 284. That's not very good goaltending stats. Those goal against averages, way too high. The save percentage, that's just a matter of shot suppression, but the goal against average, pretty high. I mean, Markstrom had an average season, but he is basically a backup goalie. So he will be our backup next season because hopefully Thatcher Demko will grow. Maybe not because of his stats, just because he's young and he's got potential. But there we go. Those are our stats. Let's go ahead and get to the end of the season here. End of the regular season. We'll check out everybody's stats, and then we will. I don't know if I want to simulate up to the draft just yet because I know you guys always have ideas and whatnot. But there we go. The regular season has ended. The AHL regular season has ended. And we did make the playoffs down in there in the AHL, guys. So let's go ahead. It's a relatively short video. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do a full off-season recap here. Player stats. Who won the President? Who won which trophy? Let's go ahead here all the way. Yeah, I'm so used to going up because I'm used to playing with Buffalo. Yeah, Jesus, Sidney Crosby, McDavid, 2 best players in the game. Crosby at 95 now. Good God. Connor McDavid with 90 points. So he had a bounce-back season after, I think he only registered 76 last year. Jumped back up to 90. So very realistic point totals for him. Alexander Ovechkin with, Jesus, just unreal goal totals for Ovi, guys. Jesus. Last year he had, like 82 and 82. He almost had 50 last year. 57 this year. Ovi puts in points. Nathan McKinnon, interesting to see him up at a 91, so that makes him like the third best player in the game, maybe behind Malkin probably. Nathan McKinnon there, great season for him. I would take that if I were the Colorado Avalanche. Malkin, then Patrick Kane, Erik Karlsson finishing with 84 and 82, so he's probably going to win the Norris again. You got Phil Kessel up here, so you got Malkin, Crosby, and Phil Kessel all within, I think, what is that, the top. Yeah, that's the top 10, guys. I think he's like 7th as far as points, 81 and 82. Jack Eichel then up to a 90, 78 and 82. That's what I expect Bo Horvat. I mean, Bo Horvat's up there, guys. I mean, there he is. He's right up there. He's not too far behind these guys. So, I mean, Drouin, good season for the Canadians. Yeah, pretty good season. Let's go ahead and check out the goal totals. I think we know Ovi's going to win it, but Malkin put in 50 this year, and Kane put in 44, so Eichel hit 40, Tarasenko hit 40, Kane, McDavid, McKinnon, Sagan, Parise, they were all pretty close to 40, but let's go ahead. There we go. Plus, minus, best. Who is the best plus? Sutter. Ryan Sutter, 48 points. Then Jonas Brodin. Jesus, the Wild had a good season. Drake Kigula, okay. He had a very good season. I kind of want to check out the lines of the Edmonton Oilers, which is pretty cool. Let's go ahead and check out defenseman-wise. Points, yeah, Erik Karlsson ran away with this. Brent Burns almost had 30 goals as a defenseman, though, but Karlsson had 25. Yeah, he had such an amazing season. Now let's go ahead and check out goaltenders here, guys. Holtby, Jesus, 47 wins. Holtby had a 940 save percentage. All right, Holtby, 940 save percentage and a 179 goal against average. Robin Lehner, 933 save percentage, 212 goal against average. Okay. Bobrovsky then, 929, 216. Fair. Gibson with 929, 207. Yeah, let's sort by goal against average. I doubt much is going to change, but yeah, we got Holtby up there, followed by Gibson, Dubnyk, Lehner, Bobrovsky, Schneider. So those are your top goalies, boys. Let's go ahead and check out the skaters. The rookie skaters, anyway. Jordan Subban was still a rookie. Alexander Nylander played for the Buffalo Sabres this year, registering 59 points in 80 games. He's an 87 at 21. That is unreal. Daniel Sprong then played for the Pittsburgh Penguins, 39 points. Kyle Connor had 32. Alex Tuch, I don't know. Jake Bean had 30 and 82 in his rookie season. Logan Brown had 29 and 82. So, I mean, these aren't bad. Nicholas Baptiste of the Sabres as well. So, these aren't bad. Any rookie goalies actually steal the show. Any rookie goalies actually play any decent amount of games for their teams. It looks like Binnington, Jordan Binnington, actually had a pretty good season for what his overall is. Thatcher Demko was up there as well, but he didn't play a ton of games. He only played 24, which I think is good for fourth most on the in the NHL out of rookie goaltenders. So not too bad, boys. Let's go ahead here, simulate up a little bit closer to the draft, and then we will get out of this one and see where everything ends up. We do have a chance at the number 1 overall pick, though, guys. So that is an option. But I'm not going to say this season was a loss because we played quite well. We were close to the playoffs, only 6 points out. And, okay, so the current round of the playoffs, there we go. We'll keep going. This is a pretty good season. I will take this as a solid step forward. Like I said in the last video, we are trending in the right direction. And that's kind of nice to see that we are actually doing pretty well. Because this team, at first, I was really worried about where the future of this team was looking, but lots of actual growth happened. The roster does seem to be shaping up, and the young guns are stepping up. I mean, look at Bo Horvat. He's repaying me after I paid him $5.75 for 5 years with a very, very solid performance this season. Almost a point per game. He was close. 70 points. I will take 70 points a season for these guys. If Kane and Horvat can get 70-plus points per season, like they almost did. I mean, Kane almost had, he had 69 points. So I'm going to basically call him a 70-point player. But, I mean, it's this step in the right direction. And the Minnesota Wild, with their amazing plus-minus players, their defensive pairing of Brodin and Sutter wins the Stanley Cup. And the Rockford Ice Hogs did win the Calder Cup. So, unfortunately, it wasn't the Utica Comets, but that is okay. We'll go ahead. I think we can go ahead and we'll go check out the playoff tree. We'll check out the awards. And then, let's see here. Playoff tree, yeah, the champion were the Wild. They beat the Kings in 6. They beat the Blackhawks in 7. They beat the Ducks in 7. Then they beat the Blue Jackets in 7. Wow. So, who got swept? So, the Blue Jackets swept Taylor Hall, John Tavares, and the New Jersey Devils. So, the addition of John Tavares actually helped the Devils a ton. Sabres got swept in round number 1, and those are your only 2 sweeps in the entire playoffs there, guys. So there, yeah, that's who made the playoffs. There's your playoff tree, guys. Let's go ahead and check out the awards now. Who won what awards? So obviously the Stanley Cup went to the Wild. The President's Trophy went to the Washington Capitals. So even though the Sabres broke their streak, they've now got 3 President's Trophies in the last 4 years. Minnesota Wild, obviously, versus the Blue Jackets. Now, player awards. The Art Ross went to Crosby last year as well, so Hart Memorial. Ooh, the Hart Memorial went to Braden Holtby. That's the first time I've ever seen a goalie win the Hart. That's actually really awesome. The most valuable player to his team was Braden Holtby. Yeah, I mean, you guys saw his stats. Those were unreal. James Norris went to Carlson for back-to-back seasons. Connor McDavid wins the Lady Byng. Calder Memorial goes to Alex Nylander, as we suspected. Zach Parise must have stepped up in the playoffs. Vezina obviously goes to Holtby. I mean, if he's going to win the Hart, he's going to win the Vezina. William M. Jennings, yep, goes to him as well. Merrill wins the Bill Masterton of the Vegas Golden Knights. So the Vegas Golden Knights have a winner. And hey, Goodbranson won it last year. I didn't check these out last year. That's my fault. But yeah, we did have a winner last year. I got to keep my eye on last year's winners as well because I didn't check them out last year. But yeah, we did have a trophy winner last year. So good for us. Patrice Bergeron, 3 straight Frank J. Selke trophies. Ted Lindsay, wow. Holtby won this as well. And then the Maurice Rocket Richard goes to Ovi for another season back-to-back there, guys. So those are all your player awards. That is how everything is going to shape up. I will show you guys the draft lottery results because we're pretty darn close anyway. I think we're only like 2 weeks away. Or no, we're only 2 weeks away. So yeah, let's go ahead and see who wins the lottery. And then we'll get out of this video and we'll have a strategy to propose down there in the comment section. Guys, make sure you comment. I love when you guys comment. It's so fun to interact with you guys. Like I said, that's why I do YouTube. But there we go. And we're going to pick 9th. So we are going to pick in the top 10, which is not bad. We have 9th and 12th, boys. That's right. We traded for Toronto's first round pick this season. So we traded last season for Toronto's first this season. So we traded away that second and smartly did so because now we have picks number 9 and picks number 12. And there we go, boys. That is how the draft lottery is going to look. But we are not going to do the draft in this one. We will do the draft and the offseason in the next one. We'll view retired players. Nobody from our team should have retired. We'll see who across the NHL retired. Goaltenders. Budai, Gerber, Holmqvist. Yeah, no. Nobody really of note there. As far Jaromir Jagr retires as a Toronto Maple Leaf. Jarome Iginla retires as a Florida Panther. Chimera, Schultz, Orpik, Neal, Seidenberg, Cromwell, Boscheman, Moore, Streit. Yeah, so there we go. Not bad. Yeah, that's not bad. I guess, I don't know. I'm just kind of happy that we have a 9th and the 12th overall pick in the draft. So that is the end of this one, boys. That is officially the end of this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you guys in the next one.